Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Veracity's VRA token. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. And I also want to mention that I have two links down below in the description. Those links will take you to official websites where you can donate to support the Ukrainian refugees or Ukraine's military. So thank you all for donating. Thank you all for understanding. And if you have anything mean to say, then please don't. Don't waste your time. Don't waste others' time because I'm just going to remove your content if you're going to say something disrespectful. Now, I also want to mention my Patreon real quick. This is a good way to support me and a great way for you to get more exclusive content. We have 5 different tiers with different benefits. As you can see, we do have technical analysis posts in here, low cap gem calls, trade alerts, all types of stuff. Almost 600 posts in here already. I try to post every day, and this VRA video was requested by one of the patrons. Her name is Double A, so shout out to you. And let's get straight into the update. So we are on the monthly chart right now, and I do want you to pay attention to the 20 EMA, which is the yellow line over here. So usually in a downtrend, the 20 EMA starts coming down after the price drops, right? So let's say this is the price action here, and the price action is kind of a magnet and it attracts the EMAs towards it, okay? So if the price is going down, the EMAs will follow. And usually what happens, if the price starts reversing and has a little relief rally, usually the EMA is there to stop that, and it acts as a resistance level, and you start dropping back down after you hit it. And then you come back up once again, you hit it, and you go even lower. You do that multiple times during a downtrend. And we haven't done that yet on the monthly chart. So since the monthly chart is a very large time frame, I would expect at least one touch of this 20 EMA, okay? A rejection to the downside, and then we break. And that is going to happen when we will fully flip bullish. Now on the weekly chart, you could expect more bounces off of the 20 EMA, but on the monthly chart, it is really unlikely that you're going to have multiple bounces off the 20 EMA as resistance. But of course, it depends on how long we will stay in this bear market. So like I said, one rejection off the 20, potential higher low, then we break to the upside. That's regarding the monthly chart. So we're going to switch to the weekly chart, but I do want to check out the monthly RSI here. So this chart is from KuCoin, and as you can see, the RSI is in the middle right now, sitting at 45 on the index. And if we go lower to the oversold, which is below the index of 30, then that is a good way or a good time to dollar cost average into Verasity. But this is a cool gaming project. I don't have any tokens just yet, but I am looking to invest, and these are some of the support levels that I will be targeting. So let's jump into the weekly chart to take a closer look at those. Now jumping into the weekly chart, so I have a trend line here above, as you can see, which has 2 touches. Okay, so this is a resistance trend line that I do think could be an important level in the future, because let's say we start bottoming out here, we test the support levels, but once you start coming back up and you start getting back up to those all-time high prices, this white trend line could act as a resistance in the future, next year or this year, whenever. But this level could be a very strong resistance level because we've already had 2 rejections from there. So you have to pay attention to something like this. I know it's not relevant right now because we are very far away from it, but in the future, that could be a major resistance level. We obviously have the bearish cross on the weekly. The 20 EMA crossed below the 55, and at that time we were sitting at 0.02 cents. Since then, we saw a decrease of 77%. So, as always, the bearish cross on the weekly chart, as I have said multiple times on this channel, that is your confirmation of the bear market. That is your confirmation of a strong pullback. And we got the bearish cross, and since then, we've had a massive 80% pullback. Now we do have a swing high here in February of 2021 at 0.00331. So this is a support level that I'm expecting us to bounce off of if we have another capitulation. And I do think we're going to have another capitulation regardless if we have a recession or not, but you usually have a capitulation before you start reversing and flipping bullish, because that's just what happens after these downtrends. You have the first part of the bear market, then you accumulate, you have another not accumulation, you have another capitulation, and from there you start reversing real quick. So it doesn't have to happen like that always, but if you look at history, that has happened before. Now looking down here, we have another support level at 0.0014052, and you can say, well, this is very low, I don't think we're gonna get here. Well, that's the exact same thing that people would say if I showed them this support level over here at 0.00339, and when you were over here you would say, well, this is very, very far away and we're not gonna get there. But look at us right now, we're almost at that zone and we're almost over there. We only need to have another 30% to drop and we're gonna meet this support level, and I do think that is going to happen. Okay, so this is the first area where I'm potentially going to enter and get some VRA coins or tokens, so be on the lookout here. And if you want to see what is your technical target to the downside, then you take a fib retracement, you choose a high and you choose a low. So we're going to choose the all-time high here for us. We're going to do it from the high to the low so that we can have a 1.618 extension level to the downside. So in this case, the extension level is going to be at 0.0016. Okay, so 0.0016. That is going to be the 1.618 target, and that is pretty much exactly where you wicked over here twice last year. Not last year, but 2 years ago in 2020 February and 2020 September. So this is a major support level that we need to hold, and you haven't really back tested it, right? You broke through over here and you haven't really had the back test of support. So if you come back down here, that would be quite bullish in my opinion. So you back test an important level and then you have another move to the upside. So let's just get a rectangle over here and have this as our strong buy zone. Okay, so this is where I expect the price to go, right? I am going to dollar cost average potentially here at 0.00339, but I'm not going to go all in here, and I'm not going to go all in over here. I never go all in, but I'm going to put a little bit more of my money at these lower levels if we do get there. But I do think we have a very high chance of going this low. If we don't, okay, doesn't matter. I'm not going to be too bummed out about it. But I would say most definitely we're going to back test 0.0039 over here. So like I said, have your buy limit order set up in advance. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If I missed out anything important, let me know down below in the comments. If we go and check out actually, I do want to jump into the daily chart real quick because I do have some important resistance levels and support levels on the daily RSI. So as you can see, the daily RSI here has a very important resistance level above us at the index of 40.7, because you do have multiple bounces from this area. You have one bounce over here, second bounce over here, third bounce over here, fourth, fifth, almost sixth, seventh with a little fake out, and then you have two rejections over here. So we flipped from support to resistance, and the blue trend line below has two touches over here as well. So potentially you could go up and down until you get closer to the apex, and then you could see a break to the upside, but you could also see a break to the downside. You have to be ready for both outcomes. So if you're looking to swing trade, you need to have resistance levels above and you need to have sell orders above ready to go. And if you drop to the downside, you need to have your buy orders ready and set to go. And as for the sell orders, I would target this yellow previous buy zone that we had over here from 0.01224 all the way down to 0.00943. And we have lost this area, and this was the support of the last pullback during the last summer's pullback. We came all the way down here, we lost it, and now we can potentially have a back test of resistance, and then we can have another move to the downside. That is very possible. Also, I would target the 55 EMA on the daily chart. If we start breaking the 20, which we haven't done, we keep bouncing our head off the 20 EMA, which I said before in the downtrend, that's typical to see, bounces off the 20 EMA. And it does happen a lot more often on the daily chart, obviously, because it's a smaller time frame. But if you see a break of the 20 EMA, right, you could look for a rejection off the 55. So that could be a nice little swing trade. But overall, VRA is very oversold in my opinion, and the price is really good. You have a lot less risk even buying right now than you had over here, because you've had quite the pullback. And even if you go down a little bit more, you can just fill your bags more, and then you potentially, I would say most definitely are going to see appreciation during the next year's bull cycle, hopefully, if we start that in time. But that has been it. Thank you all for watching. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. I do post technical analysis over there. Feel free to join me on my Patreon, and let me know if I missed out anything important on the charts. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.